really need to celebrate just how unsettlingly creative this fandom is. Now I have a confession to make. You might have noticed from my other Yap sessions that I have a bit of an older taste in games, which might seem alien to the rest of the Fortnite-ass Zoomers I grew up with, right? A lot of that I owe to first-person experience actually playing through the games myself, or getting introduced to them firsthand by friends and family, but a lot of my taste in older video games I owe to the set dressing of Five Nights at Freddy's, as much as I feel it equally scarred me with it. Now recently, I saw the new movie with some friends of mine, and I had a blast. We all found it jolly good fun, but not to sound like an old man yelling at clouds here, I left that movie feeling a strange sort of lament, right? I get the same feeling from this series as I do Resident Evil, where, like, in the sense that unsettling less is more vibe, where you accidentally discover things about the story. It's grown past that, and it's gotten so absurdly overcomplicated that when it tries to take itself seriously, it's still enjoyable, but, like, it just feels kind of silly. But anyways, we still enjoy the movie, right? Me and my friends come out of the movie, banter about the lore, banter about all sorts of things we enjoyed about the movie. In the following days, my YouTube autoplay plunges me down a rabbit hole. No, not that kind of rabbit hole, but fan-made retellings in the form of, like, VHS tapes. Now, I think all these little analog horror retellings of Five Nights at Freddy's do a really clever job at, like, starting with the same vibe, like, preserving the vibe Scott started the series out with, and sort of, like, running with it in their own direction when it comes to retelling the story in a more digestible way, and, elaborating upon some of the darker, unseen aspects of the story, right? Pulling less punches, because it's divorced from the mainstream creators of the series. And, there's a lot of them that I've been listening to in the background while I work on shit. But this one series in particular that a friend of mine showed me a while ago, before I was even, like, properly nostalgic for Five Nights at Freddy's again, it stands in a league of its own. This series, it adds a lot of new silly sounding additions to the series, but in execution, oh my god, it's so horrifically realistic that I had to shut this off because I thought someone was going to call the police.